हेलो गाइस। अभी तक हमने ये जाना था कि डे वन में कि बेसिक गिट के बारे में क्या होता है, एंड देन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन गिट एंड गिटहब एंड गिट लैब्स। हम बेसिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, हाउ टू क्रिएट द फर्स्ट रेपोजिटरी इन द गिट, एंड देन सेकंड डे टू वीडियो में हमने ये जाना था कि कैसे हम लोग, व्हाट इज द वर्कफ्लो ऑफ द गिट, राइट। देयर आर 3 लेयर ऑफ स्टेज: staging area, remote area, sorry, local area, staging area, and then remote area. 3 layer of structures are there in the git. And then हमने जाना था कि कैसे हम लोग we are going to create a file, edit a file, push the file into the staging area, and then from staging area to commit the file into the final permanent area, right? So 3 to 4 things we have discussed in the day 2 video. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग ये जानेंगे कि हम लोग को I have the repository in GitHub, right? And I have created my project. I want to connect that repository in the GitHub into my local machine. Okay, then how we can connect that? क्योंकि क्या होता है कि अगर हम लोग Git को अगर हम लोकली एग्जीक्यूट करें तो लोकल में मल्टीपल्स कमांड होते हैं. वी कैन मिस द कमांड, वी कैन फॉरगेट द कमांड, राइट. वी कैन मिस टाइप द कमांड, वी कैन मतलब हर एक कमांड हमें याद नहीं रहते, राइट. बट अगर हम लोग उसी को यूआई फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, दैट इज एक्चुअली वर्क एज एन गिटहब, तो वो दैट विल बी वेरी मच इजी एंड फ्रेंडली, राइट. सो हम डिस्कस करेंगे गिटहब को कैसे हम लोकल रिपोजिटरी में कनेक्ट करें, राइट. सो फॉर दैट I have created one my user ID in this GitHub. If you not created your user ID or profile in the GitHub, you have to go to github.com, and then you have to create a sign in. Okay, and then in the sign up, you can create your own user ID and password, and then it will create your account. Okay, this account will be created with the help of your email ID and all the things. Okay, तो लॉगिन होने के बाद फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू डू नॉट हैव टू सी, यहाँ पे कुछ भी चीज आपको नहीं दिखाई देगा, बिकॉज I have created a multiple project, so that's why I can see my repository. Okay, but if you are in the first time login, you cannot see any kind of repository. You have to create a new one. Okay, you have to create a new one. तो repository का नाम देना होगा. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने नाम दे दिया मॉड्यूल new 3. Okay, this is the name which I have given to my repository name. Okay, description डाल दिया कि ये this is the project for main team. Okay, और इसके बाद इसकी विजिबिलिटी के लिए मैंने पब्लिक कर दिया. एंड देन आई जस्ट वांट टू क्रिएट दिस repository now. Okay, so it will create my repository as in blank. Okay, if I'm going to here, it will give me that this is my module 3 repository, and how many repositories are there? These are the repositories are there. These are the newly created. Okay, now I'm going to click here this new repository. Okay, if I'm going to see the files, right, what are the files are there? There are nothing. Okay, they are nothing a file, no files are there in this repository. I need to create a file. Okay, इस repository में कोई भी file नहीं है. I need to create a files. Okay, in that case, so this is created, right? I want to create a file. So in that case, I am going to set up into my desktop. Okay, all right. So आपको क्या करना होगा ना कि ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर है. बिफोर दैट लेट मी एक्सप्लेन दैट दिस इज द सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर द गिटहब डेस्कटॉप. ओके, यू कैन गो टू द इंटरनेट. GitHub desktop. Okay, download, and then you can download this software. This is the GitHub desktop software, and कोई भी changes if you want that, if you want to do that, you can directly do into the local machine via this software. Okay, you have to download this software, you have to install this software, and it will ask a login. So by this login, this user ID, you can log in into the GitHub desktop. Okay, and once you log in that, and then just come here. Okay, and click this setup into the desktop. Okay, either you can create a file. Okay, either you can upload the file, or either you can go to the desktop. I'm going to first of all create a file. Okay, create a new file. So I'm going to create a this is new one file, and then I'm going to make a some name new one file, new file. Okay, and then I'm going to save this Python file into my it is just asking some message. If you want to edit that, you can edit that. If you want, just keep it as is and then commit that changes. It will create a one file here. Okay, this is the main branch. By default, it's always a main branch. You have to create a branch in the below of the main branch that I will discuss in later of the classes. But it is created the first file. Now I want to clone this file. Okay, I want to go this. I want to open this GitHub. I want to connect this GitHub repository into my local machine. I'm going to click here and open into the GitHub desktop. Just click here. It will ask for this GitHub repository which you want to clone that. It will ask for the local path where you want to clone that file and then click on clone. Okay. It will clone all the file which you have created into your GitHub account. Okay. GitHub account. Let me show you again. Okay, click that, open with GitHub desktop. It will redirect to the that app. Okay, this is app open into the my local machine. Okay, if I'm going to explore that, ये फाइल जो मैंने अभी create की थी new underscore file, it is there, right? And now I want to add some of the new files here. Okay, so let's suppose I want to add the new file as new one, and in this code I just write a command print, save it. Now I want to create another file, new 2, and then in this file I want to write print hello. Okay, save it. Now we have a two changes here, new 1 and new 2. दो फाइल जो है जो कि नई है, right? I want to push that local changes whatever I have done in my desktop into my GitHub repository. How we can do that? Now come to this GitHub desktop. If you can see that here two file has been detected that this file has been added. Plus means ये add किया गया है, right? न्यू अब ये फाइल है, जो भी फाइल को आपको पुश करना है उस फाइल को सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए, नहीं पुश करना है सारे सेलेक्ट करना है तो सारे सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए, एंड देन हियर इट विल आस्क सम क्वेश्चन, राइट? क्वेश्चन मीन्स कमिट करने के लिए आपको कुछ ना कुछ मैसेज देना होगा. सो आई एम जस्ट टाइपिंग दैट आई एम committing commit this as first time. Okay, and then commit to file into the main branch. It will commit your file into the main branch, but again it is again into the staging area, right? Staging area. Now you have to push your changes into your main repository, means remote one. So now it will going into the remote area, means your GitHub account, and it will going to be sync, correct? Now if you come to that your repository here and just going to refresh that, yeah, you can see that new one file, new two file, two files came here, and what is the message? I am committing this file as in first time, correct? So you can do these changes in here itself. You can create a add file, create a new file or upload that file, but it will another options to connect your GitHub account into your GitHub desktop and do all the changes here. Okay, all the changes here itself, and then you can push all the changes. So if I'm going to see, if I'm going to push all the changes, copy, paste, okay, multiple file I'm going to paste here. Yeah, if you can see that these are the multiple file, I'm going to push it again here from this my local machine to my remote area, right? If come here, these are the changes again coming into the my changes request, right? It is not only showing as a git status, correct? And I'm going to commit that, committing in second time. Okay, if I'm going to commit that, correct, it is going to be push into the staging area. Now I'm going to push these changes into the main branch remote area. Then I have to push here, push to original one, and it will push all the changes into your remote area, correct? And After some time, if you can come here, it is not reflecting. I'm going to refresh this page. It is going to be reflected here, correct? If you can see that these are the changes are pushed into the your GitHub account. So these are the actually way to connect your local repository, your GitHub account into the your local repository. This is the way. Okay, you have to install this GitHub desktop. It will be very easy to do that. Correct. So I hope you understand this entire process, entire things, how to connect that, how to use that, and all the things, how to push your changes. So if you have any confusion, you can watch my video again. And thank you so much for watching video. Bye bye.